card for a parking problem.
Or in your 23.
Yeah, we're all gonna 28 on truck when you're ready.
Go ahead.
One truck, white Lincoln X-ray 985 should come back up at
So you had 2000 Patrick Spalding.
10-4. I think it's from lower than something like that. I'm gonna be leaving a note on his vehicle so they can remove it.
Rockingham 505. 505 enter vandalism case for Athens. Explain it. Soon to be X. Slash her tires and has made threatening comments to her. She's concerned he might return.
And forgive this at 32.
10-4. 532, you're assigned to a vandalism case in Athens. Did you copy the 505?
Yeah, 4. Look at that.
21.
No, 3 in Depot Street. Truck boy entry 5.
7435.
7.
10-4.
You go 643 again.
143.
You go with that 43 you had. I didn't hear any, but I had just slightly down.
10-4, I just wanted to know if you should be put back 76 to Cabana Circle or to the subject's address.
Yeah, I'll be 23 back on that town property case, and I'll be 76 to the Williams Road address to see if I can find the owner.
10-4. 449 1120.
Now 449 1121, thank you.
10-4.
Code 4. 4.
Roadway 535.
Yeah, that was a great college.
535.
Should be. Got no environment and plugged into a house. I'll slide up that way.
Caller is now been able to close the front door. He's now pounding on the door, trying to get in still. No flight floor on dark here. Got tie-dye shirt on. And number 21 is on.
We have separation. In or now. She's right. Hey guys, sorry about the delay. Had to reboot the computer. You guys can sense that I'm someone that cares about telling the truth, doing the right thing. I think most people understand that even on the other side. It would take a lot for me to lie, but everyone has a point, right? There's a way to get to everyone. Everyone has that one spot where you can really get to them. Summer of 2023. My little channel is growing. Team is coming together. All of us, free care and read. Me too. Then I go for my 3-month scans at Mass General Hospital, and they tell me, write your will, set your affairs in order, 3 months, maybe four. I started preparing to, you know, and I didn't really have anything to leave to anybody but the channel. And I really cared about my new partners. So I was glad to leave it in their hands. They would continue to pursue justice and expose corruption. I'll never forget that Monday morning when I got a call from my doctor. His voice sounded different, tense, not the usual calmness. What he said was even weirder. We're sending a car to pick you up. I told him I'm okay to drive. He said, no, we're sending a car. I was kind of scared by this. I said, okay. But what showed up wasn't an Uber. It was a black SUV. Not sure what kind, but something nice, maybe kind of like a Lexus. Oddly, there was a driver and a passenger, and they were in suits. They looked like Secret Service or something. I got in. We drove in silence. I tried to make small talk, but couldn't get shit out of them. My blood pressure was building all the way on the drive south on Route 93. Then instead of turning to go into Mass General Hospital, they went into the tunnel to the airport, Logan Airport. The fuck? I started demanding they let me out. Relax, the driver said. Your doctor sent us. You don't have to accept your diagnosis. A trooper waved us through a guarded gate. The SUV then drove behind one of the terminals and out onto the tarmac. A jumbo jet that had just landed was taxiing over, painted gray, no markings. When it parked, they brought over the boarding stairs and quickly pulled them into place. I could see from down below that there was one passenger looking out from a window, a man in looked like a cowboy hat. And there seemed to be behind him on that part of the plane disco lights. I was escorted onto the plane. Inside was luxury and modern tech everywhere. Monitors, a bar, power people in little meetings. I recognized Senator Warren. I was led past all of them into this open compartment with the disco lights. There's only one guy in there. The song Disco Inferno was playing. The man in the hat sat by himself looking out the window. It wasn't a cowboy hat, it was a cavalry hat, like the Civil War. He was in a gray suit, which I know is nuts, but he had the air of absolute power about him. He checked his watch, somewhat annoyed. I would later learn that this guy spends all of his life in the air on this jet, which only lands to fuel up or to exchange passengers. Ever since, every time I look up at a contrail in the sky, I wonder if it's that gray plane. I noticed Senator Warren getting up to leave. She said goodbye to the cavalry dude, and he ignored her like she was a servant. I was given a seat next to the guy or in front of him, right across from him. They told me he was to be called Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray? I mean, do they have a Mr. Gray on Reservoir Dogs? I don't know. Were they going to start calling me Mr. Yellow? I don't know. But I don't know. It was weird. He didn't offer me a hand to shake. Instead, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a pill bottle, put it down on a little table. 16 months, he said. This buys you that. And in 16 months, if we're still happy, we'll buy you another 24. And we'll keep buying as long as we're happy. My hands were shaking. I was like, well, what would it take for you to be happy? We have business in Canton that we don't want disturbed. Business in Canton. And Karen is disturbing it. He handed me a burner phone. Only 3 people will call you on this, he said. Myself, D.A. Morrissey, and some fella named Traub from the DA's office. Whatever they say, you do it. And he turned away. He was done with me. My hands were shaking. I pocketed the phone and the pills. What can I say? Everybody has their point, right? So I started to walk away, and then he coughed and turned back to me. So I knew he wanted to say one more thing. So I stopped. I waited to listen. He looked up at me and he said, he had kind of a Texas accent, this guy. He says, "Son, do you happen to know a skinny fella named Grant Ellis Smith?"